on the eastern edges of the western Mount Lebanon range, overseeing the fertile Bekaa Valley and overseeing the narrow straits of water streams from Mount Sannine, lay a very important site, which historians haven't clearly identified yet. In an area well known as Ferzol, Firz meaning flatland in Phoenician, and El relates to the highest Phoenician deity, we found a great site that they call Mghart al-Habis, or the Cave of the Hermit in the Christian classic history. Now, as we move up those stairs, those eroded stairs, you can see here, those stairs go back way before the mainstream archaeology and what the historians say here. Mainstream archaeology and history talk about a tribe called Bani Asaf, a Christian tribe who escaped persecution from Syria all the way to Lebanon. But this site is obviously way older. What is really intriguing is this engraving on top of the Hypogeum must be some type of stele, some type of inscription for a deity, and that is definitely before the time of Jesus Christ. Here you can find some settlements used for crops, and here we go inside the Hypogeum. As you can see, this pattern, very well known, like the one we saw in Turza, like the ones we have seen in the mountains of Kisarwan and Jbel, and all across Lebanon, relates to an ancient time where stonework and masonry was very different than our days. It is very clear that this site hasn't been actually explored yet, hasn't been, foiled. But from what we see here, we see the same pattern that we see in Akkar, that we see in the coastal lines of Lebanon, the Hypogeum of Turza, and the pattern continues all the way to other remote sites from the Lebanese mountain range, proving perhaps a ceaselessness of life in this civilization. What's really common between this site and sites we have seen previously in our videos is the cell count of these hypogeums. Uh, 9 cells actually in this site of Ferzol remind us of the site of Turza we had in the northern Phoenician highlands. Now, it's a very common pattern we see. It's actually spread all over Phoenicia Libanesis. The same architecture, the same work of stone and masonry. What really plugs our attention is the engraving that we see on top of the Hypogeum. This reminds us of the Amorite civilization that actually spread all across the Lebanese mountain range from the second millennium BC till the late Bronze Age collapse. This civilization, under examined, really should be the main key to understand the history of the Phoenicians and their ancestry. We all know that the Phoenician legacy spread all across the river Orontes, from the Kilikia area from Turkey all the way down to the Egyptian peninsula and the Sinai. Such sites are very important to identify a common culture, a common civilization, and common techniques. I hope you enjoy the video. Please stay connected to our channels, Radio Phoenicia and Discover Phoenicia. Don't forget to like this video. This will give us a huge support, and I thank you.